Just have a listen to how this car sounds. If you have clicked on this video, that means one of two things. You've either got no brain cells left, or you already follow me on one of my other social media platforms. Nonetheless, welcome to the official Reeky Sheds YouTube channel, hosted by myself, RJ, aka Big Reeky. Now I do feel bad taking that title today because, as you can see, I don't have my Reeky Shed with me. I've got the emergency daily Audi A3. But that doesn't matter because Jack, behind the camera, has brought along his gorgeous Fabia VRS SE, which has very quickly turned into the Reeky Sheds promo car with the big XL sticker on the back, the original logo on the side, and the Fabia VRS sticker on the other side, and plenty more to come. I suppose the aim of today's video really is to go over what's going on with all of my cars, where they are, where I'm at with them, and essentially give you a bit of an insight as to what kind of content is going to be coming out of the Reeky Sheds YouTube channel within the coming months. So if you love diesel cars, if you're a part of the Reeky Sheds community, or you just want to be nosy and find out what is going on with all of my motors, then grab a big off sausage roll, a bowl of cereal, or even a cup of hot chocolate, sit down and enjoy the flipping video. It's f***ing broken. The boot still works.
Half it seized up and it broke.
So first things first, we're going to talk about why do I love 1.9 TDI so much, and why do I think they're the best engines that have ever been made?
Because they are.
So when I first passed my test, I was driving a 90 brake horsepower Mini Cooper with a black box. No, it sounds alright. It sounds alright still. That lasted all of about 2 weeks until I went and got this Audi A3 that doesn't have a PD, but it does have a 2 litre TDI under the bonnet. It's the common rail engine and it doesn't compare to a PD whatsoever, but it was still a massive upgrade from the Mini Cooper. And shortly after buying the Audi A3, my friend popped up saying he is getting rid of a car for £1,000, and it turned out to be the red Skoda Fabia. I was fresh into the scene, I had my big boy racer cap on, and I was ready to get into Tesco car park and burn some rubber. And that's where it all started. That's the story. I never had any idea about PDs, about performance cars, about sports cars. Picked it up, it changed my life. For the better and for the worse, because within 4 hours of owning the car, I popped off a boost pipe and had no idea what was going on. So I was driving around probably for the first 2 days with this Skoda thinking, it feels really slow, it feels really sluggish.
And it was.
Because I had no boost pipe on there. So I took it back to my friend that I bought the car off, and he fixed the car for me. He got the boost pipe back on. Took all of about 10 minutes. And once we got it fixed, I decided to take one video of the car making the famous noise. If you're not familiar with the noise that the Coup machine makes, we're gonna have a quick listen now. It's awesome. I don't care what you say, I don't care what opinion you have, the Coup from a 1.9 TDI is one of the
best noises in the world.
So I posted the first ever video with the red Coup machine. I think it had over 10,000 views. It was one of the first things I'd ever posted. I'd only just downloaded TikTok. I had no idea how to navigate social media.
But one video led to another, and to another, and to another.
And ever since then, I've been an avid and die-hard enthusiast of the 1.9 TDI engine. So that's how it came about. That's how I ended up with the red Skoda. That's how I ended up as Reeky D. Is all because of one £1,000 car that I bought off of my mate as a dinger. And now I have a whole host of diesel cars. Some of them work, some of them don't, and that's why we are here today. We're going to go check out all of my cars. We're going to have a quick talk about them. We're going to talk about plans. We're going to talk about what is in store and what type of content you can be expecting from the official Reeky Sheds YouTube channel. So that is enough of the waffling. We are now going to head over to the unit to go and have a look at the yellow Skoda and the E92 330 diesel and find out what the is going on with my cars. The first stop in the emergency Audi A3 is to go and have a look at the boosted banana bus and the E92 330 diesel, because they are both at the same place at the moment. The plan was originally to have the E92 as my new powerful daily car, which was all going good and well until the yellow one decided to shit itself. So unfortunately now the Skoda has taken priority because I do need that back on the road. That's the weekend car, that's the fun car. So we need to get the yellow one fixed up, but the E92 is in the same place, so we may as well have a look at both. Talk a bit about the E92, the plans with it and what stage we're at. And yeah, I suppose we'll catch you when we get to the garage. So unfortunately, as you can see, the shutters are closed at the minute, which means Mr. Leroy isn't here as of just yet, but that's no drama because we have a gorgeous E92 BMW to go have a look and talk about first. So
let's go and do that.
it's not a bad daily, it's decent, but it's definitely not an E92 330 and certainly doesn't compare to the PD that's just behind that shutter. It most definitely is worth speaking about, considering this was like one of my first cars. I don't want to call it my first performance car because it's definitely not one of those, but it is the first car I ever had that had any type of grunt and over 400 newton meters of torque. So, but it feels too heavy and it feels too much like a tractor to be fun. But with that being said, it's perfect for what it gets used for, the emergency daily, when the race cars break like this one and the other two Fabias that I have. When they break, this is the perfect car to jump into, get around and do your stuff in. The inside looks great, you know, it's comfy, it doesn't have a crazy spec, it doesn't have much inside, but it is good and it definitely does the job. Whilst we're waiting for Lee to get here, we've had a little chat about the Audi A3. It's a cool car, it is decent. Now some of you are going to know about this car from my other social media platforms, but this is my E92 BMW 330 diesel. All I want to do
is get in the car, put my music on and drive like this.
Unfortunately the gearbox is absolutely itself, and there's also a running issue. I'm going to put a video here somewhere of the amount of smoke that this thing chuffs out when it gets started. It's not good.
That is very, very blue.
But all in all, it's not a bad car. It definitely needs a little bit of cleaning up. We've got a missing BMW badge off of the front here. The bumper definitely needs a lining. Bits are falling off, but it's not a bad car. It'll be nice when it's done. You've got to really
see the vision.
The main thing is it's a good spec. That's all I care about. It's got the red leather interior. It's got the famous flappy paddles that you pull in to go up and push forward to go down. That's pretty cool. With the issues it's got at the moment, it doesn't drive, it won't go into gear. It did when I first bought the car. When I first bought it, you could just about poodle around in it before it'd start shitting itself, but now you're lucky to get into reverse. First gear works, but second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth just slip. You get it into gear, put your foot down a bit and it just, that's it. But what we do have over inside the garage is a brand new 6 HP gearbox to put into this, so hopefully that solves the issues with it not going into gear. And the only other thing to diagnose is the smoky and lumpy idle that's on the car. Now, we've already tested one thing, which is taking the MAF sensor out, and it does actually fix the issue. It stops the idle dropping, it stops it blim, 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 blim. If you have a look down here, I actually bought the wrong car. I was supposed to buy an M57, M for Mickey Mouse, and I bought the N57, N for not. We'll make sure the chain is done before we start driving the car, because apparently that can lead to catastrophic failures with these engines. You can have some wheels on it. I couldn't tell you what the they are, but they have been freshly refurbed, so
they are cool.
They're not bad, are they? It's just a shame it's
broken, bruv.
They were supposed to be done ages ago, like I said, but with the Fabia having a hissy fit and blowing its off, this thing's just been sat here. The boot still works. All in all, the E92 is
a very, very cool car.
I don't know how to open the engines on these. Is there a button that I can press? There we go. Need a thumbnail for that. Is that good?
Yeah.
It's a BMW. It's going to look cool. It's going to sound cool, and I can stick my head out of the sunroof as well. What more could you ask for out of a BMW?
I've just done a bit of research.
Oh, Jack's done some research.
The most common problems are timing chain failures,
Yep.
injector problems.
Oh, fuck.
I was hoping it weren't going to be the injectors.
They're expensive, man. It doesn't matter because it looks cool. Look at this. When you've got lecky seats.
Battery's dead.
That's not.
Oh no?
I'm moving. Look, I'm moving.
Moving.
And now my dreams of being a BMW driver have come true. I can see myself doing this.
Yeah? You've got to hold the auto gear knob while you do it though. Like people off Batman. Get me shifting that.
The shifting is...
That's it. DMO them shit.
It's a bit inconvenient because they're not real paddles.
No.
They're like fake. They are cool though, because on these E92 330s and also the 335s, with the paddles you can either pull them in to go up a gear, and you can push them down to go down a gear, but it's the same on both. So I can be a left-handed ASBO and shift up and down with my left hand, or alternatively I can be a right-handed ASBO and shift up and down with my right hand. So it really is an amazing car if you want that flexibility of ASBO choices, really. Look at this sunroof, the custom bird. I do think with a good clean out it's going to be a really clean car.
The seats are like in actually really mint condition.
Not bad, it's pretty cool. I like the E92 and I'm sick of waiting for it now. I just want it done. I've had the car for ages. I've paid out over a bag of sand for insurance and I haven't driven it once really, so it's just fuming. Oh, look at this as well. Working cup holders. Not broken, working. Yeah. Has cruise control as well.
Cruise control?
Yeah, look. It has the double bubble infotainment system with the knob. So yeah, that is my E92 BMW 330. Lee should be here any moment now, so when he is, we'll go over and have a look at the yellow Skoda and see what's going on with it. Yeah, so the only reason I really bought this BMW in the first place was because it was going cheap. So, ooh, here he is. Mr. Lee has just turned up. Now that Mr. Lee is here, we could go and have a look inside at the very special yellow Skoda Fabia and explain what the fuck is going on and what the fuck is wrong with it. So we've got the bag of behind me. As you can see, it's fucking broken. What's this called?
Engine.
The crane is currently holding the engine up at the moment. Now the car does run. The engine that's in there is a BLT. It started off as an ASZ, which is over here. Funny story, this is actually the engine that came out of the coup machine as well. How many miles do you reckon this has done, Lee? Probably 240,000. Well over 200,000 miles this thing has done. I've got to take my hat off to it because it has been battered, abused and shagged about for years and years. Now, what's this, the crank facing? The crank fascia? This is the reason why the car is now in the sorry state it's in, because this went bang, seized up, and snapped the belt. I don't know how you managed to break this part of a car. Do you have any ideas, Jack, as to why that part of the car would break?
Just worn away over time and just given up.
So after hundreds of thousands of miles of not being serviced and being thrashed about, it finally gave way. This part blew off, it seized up and it broke. But
The top end looks okay.
there's not really much damage to the bowls. Is that what they're called, the pistons?
Yeah, piston bulge.
There's not a mad amount of damage to those. Hats off to the engine because it got battered and abused for a long, long time. The lifters are all The exhaust valves, you can't really see, but the exhaust valves are like this. They're all bent. So the engine is well and truly done for. So we have swapped out the ASZ and put in a BLT, a bacon lettuce tomato. Obviously we've swapped out the injectors as well to the ASZ injectors out of that because they are a little bit different. There's a 50cc difference in the injectors. Obviously the ASZ ones are better. We've also given it a new clutch, a new flywheel, but
There is still a problem.
I'm going to put a clip somewhere of the car running. It's rattling, and at the moment we don't know why.
Have you done head bolts?
Yeah, 150 head bolts. 150 head bolts, JW 1756 turbo, shout out JW. It's got the hybrid on there. A Creation Motorsport front mount with the hard pipes as well. A polybust front end. 312mm brake conversion kit on the front. It's got AP coilovers all the way around. Stripped out in the rear, I think we'll be able to see it if we have a look. We have the rear stripped out with a gorgeous Mark V tartan false floor in the back. Matching the Mark V GTI Recaros in the front of the car. It's not a bad car by any means. It's also got a 2.5 inch downpipe and a 2.5 inch straight through from Piper. I think it's a Piper exhaust. And it does still sound cool. I've had it turned on and it sounds good. Obviously beforehand, it had a really lumpy idle. It sounded good. It sounded like it was cam. It does have a deep idle mapped in, and it still sounds good. So we have had it running. It's just, it has a strange rattling noise that is yet to be diagnosed. But apart from that, it's okay, if I can call it okay. It's a PD, so at the end of the day, there's not a mad amount that really goes wrong with them. Fingers crossed. It's a pretty simple engine setup. There's not too much to worry about. I'm just looking forward to having it back. That's the main thing now, because the sooner this gets done, the sooner we can start on this the new gearbox for the E92 330. Hopefully that fixes the gearbox issues that it's having. The running issue I'm not too bothered about. So yeah, main priority at the moment is getting this thing sorted out, getting it back on the road so that we can then move on to the E92 BMW and get back on the road, because as of right now, I'm having to cart around in the Audi A3 and it's really winding me up because the common rail engine is not as good as the PD. It's not the same whatsoever. Yeah, I suppose that's really it for the yellow car. It's a
cool car.
It's just broken, but they are reliable.
It seized up and it broke.
They are generally reliable. Hopefully, the BLT engine that's in here now will hold out. The first engine this car had, so I bought this car with no engine in anyway. It was already blown up, and that had a BLT in it, but it itself, it couldn't handle the map it had. So hopefully, this one does a little bit better and holds out until at least we can get the BMW fixed, I guess. That is the story of the yellow scab and the broken engine. Next stop, I suppose, is going to see the red one. Right, so that is the yellow Skoda and the E92 BMW 330. Quick question for all of you that are watching the video at the moment. While we're on the way to the other unit to go and see the red car, I want to know what your favourite shell is for a PD. What's yours, Jack?
Fabia VRS.
Really?
It is.
For me, I think personally the IB for 6L is the best chassis. I think the IB for 6L is the best for the PDs. To be honest, I think the worst one for me is the Mark IV Golf, you know? Yeah.
I think, like, in a PD variant, Mark IVs are good because they're tough. Me and Emma both found that out ourselves. They're tough. They put up with a lot.
It's the sumps on the Mark IVs though. They're so low down. What do you think is the best shell for a PD engine?
What do you think to the Borers and the Passats?
You know what? I really like them. I do like them. The Passats, I think, it's hard to make them look good, but when they do look good, they look really good. There was a nice one at the dyno days we just done with PD Channel. Shout out the PD Channel. Lovely looking blue Passat was there. Really nice, really Reeky. The Borers are really nice because you can get them in a really good spec as well, the Borers.
Even with a Mark IV front end on a Borer.
A Bolf or a Gora.
Gora, that's
they call them, a Gora.
This is another question for you. What PD engine is your favourite PD engine? Because you get 130, you get 100, you get 105, you get...
Do you know what? I've got to say my favourite PD engine is the ASZ, to be honest, yeah. Well, look at the engine out of the red one. That thing has been through ludicrous amounts of abuse. That thing's had its head kicked in royally every single day for years. It's got to be touching 300,000 miles on that thing. What's the 150s? What are they? ALH?
ARL.
ARL, that's the one. And shout out the Mark 1 Leons as well, because the Mark 1 Leons are gorgeous cars. They're lovely, they are. So yeah, the ARLs are very good. I think the best one for me has got to be ASZ. So again, if you're watching, what PD engine is the best one? Because there's loads of them. I am a massive fan of the Polos, especially a Polo with a PD engine in it. Oh, look at Mr. John Whitbread, the top petrol head on Instagram. His Polo, built by AR Performance, is on a 1756, and he was running low 13s, I'm pretty sure, on a quarter mile, which is just insane. AR Performance, JW Automotive hybrid turbo. Absolutely crazy bit of kit. Yeah, shout out everybody representing the diesel gang, because it's just pushing us further and further into the mainstream. Yeah. Shout out the diesel boys and up the sheds. The moment you have all been waiting for, we're at the lock and loaded unit where the red, or what's left of the red Fabia, is currently sitting. We've got a snail that's attached itself to the bodywork. Don't get me wrong, it is a shame. A lot of you that are watching now are going to be heartbroken seeing the car in this sorry state, but I'm here to tell you that this car will not be staying like this for long. So essentially the reason this car came off the road in the first place was because it had a leaky inlet manifold, and I thought the gearbox was broken. The gearbox in fact wasn't broken, and it was just a leaky inlet manifold. So I took it off the road for no reason really, apart from the fact that there was no way the car was going to pass another MOT in the current state that it's in. So as of right now, my plan with this car is to get a new engine in there, get it cooing again. I'm not going to give it any more power. That's what the yellow one is for. This one, I just want to restore back to its former glory, give it some new shoes, get it repainted or wrapped, or however is best to get this car looking nice and cooing back on the road yet again. So if we have a look over here, under the bonnet, there is a whole lot of all under there. There is nothing apart from the loom, the famous downpipe that makes this noise. That's what makes this noise, is this famous downpipe with a non-existent flexi. So a new engine, it needs new sills, new brakes, and really to get it back on the road, that's about it. There's not much more that it needs. It's a PD, it doesn't need anything fancy. The rust is pretty bad, don't get me wrong, like it's enough to get a screwdriver through it. It's pretty soft. The problem really starts for this car when we have a look inside, because as you can see, it's pretty mouldy in there at the moment. It is full of E. coli, asbestos, and every other horrible bit of bacteria that could possibly be there. It's not just the front, it's pretty much the whole thing. There is mould absolutely everywhere. There's probably an ecosystem in there somewhere. Famous BDO4 fizz. Wah, boo, wah, boo. It's a shame that it's ended up in the state that it's in, but it's still here. That's the main thing. I knew I could never get rid of it. I knew there was no way that I could get rid of this car because it means too much to me, but it means too much to a lot of other people as well. So essentially, it doesn't need that much, guys. It's still here. It's still kicking about.
What turbo setup did it have?
1749 VB. PD 150 turbo.
PD 150 turbo to make it cool.
Yeah.
Because everyone's probably baffling you.
It's a question that I get asked a lot. How do you make a PD 130 make this sound? It's all down to the turbo. It's the PD 150 turbo with sticky vanes so they don't close all the way, and a downpipe with a non-existent flexi, really, is the only recipe for it. Some cars coo louder than others. There's a lot of cars that coo. Is it the ALH? The PD 105? I think so, yeah, they're known for. Yeah, they coo a lot. There's a lot of them that do make the noise. This was an ASZ, PD 130 ASZ, the engine that we were looking at earlier.
It seized up and it broke.
Is the engine out of this car. The second engine, because this has also had two engines as well. Now, it will get done. The only reason it's not done already is because I've got too much to do. Got the yellow car to crack on with, got the E92 to crack on with. Like we saw, this needs doing, but doesn't need doing, if that makes sense. So it will be getting done, and more than likely, it's going to be getting done here on the Reeky Sheds official YouTube channel. So if you're trying to see us rebuild and restore the Coo machine, then hit the subscribe button, because this is the place that it's going to be happening at. The vision I have for this car essentially is seeing it as a show pony, a really nice looking Fabia. I'm not bothered about making it quicker or making it go around a track better. I just want it not mouldy, looking good and cooing. That's it. That's all I want out of it. It's a big shame. Look at how thick that mould is on that steering wheel.
See it from here.
That is dreadful. This is the car that most people would have saw when they first followed me, to be fair. This car is Reeky D. This is what made me. I bought this car for £1,000 off of Lee, who we saw earlier in the video with the 92 and the yellow scab. I bought this car off of Lee for £1,000. I didn't know what a PD was. Bought it for £1,000. I uploaded a video of me mumsy in the passenger seat doing the boo. I'll put the video on here.
Right, stop it.
I uploaded one video of it making the noise. Everyone loved the noise, so I carried on uploading it, and now here we are. That's really it. That's all there is to say. If you want to be a part of the fastest growing diesel community on the internet and in the UK, all you need to do is click the link in the description for talksteer.com, get yourself a Reeky Shed sticker, join the Facebook group, or even just join the Snapchat stories. and you can follow along on this journey with us. The diesel community in general is growing at a crazy rate thanks to people like myself, people like JTDI, and a whole bunch of other people that are now uploading diesel content, doing stuff with their diesel cars and just exploring other things that aren't just petrol performance cars. There is so much to love about diesel cars apart from them just being tractors and daily commuters. There is so much more to them, especially with engines like the 1.9 TDI, like the 2.4 JTDM and the M57. There's so much to do and so much fun to be had. So if you love diesel cars, if you love diesel content, and if you want to follow along on this journey with us, all you need to do is hit subscribe, hit the like button, go and join the Reeky Sheds community on any platform you like by following the links in the description. That's it. So there we have it. That is what's going on with the E92 330 diesel, the yellow Skoda Fabia, and the famous red Coup machine. Thank you all very, very much for watching and joining us here at the official Reeky Sheds YouTube channel. And if you would also like to be a part of the Reeky Sheds community, then you can find every single link that you need in the description of this video. Tap the like button, make sure you're subscribing, and if you love diesel cars, up the sheds.